All right, I'm Dr. Paul, and here with Dr. Nick, and we're at our Chiropractic Patient Education Workshop, where we actually teach doctors patient education. It makes sense. Patients understand there's no paradigm shifts, and we make care affordable. It's understandably affordable, and a lot of patients stay for care. It's the most successful chiropractic patient education system in the world, used in over 600,000 patients annually. And we're here with Dr. Nick, and we did a practice analysis with you, and you'd never done that before, have you?
No.
So, like most chiropractors, and probably, did you think that your problem was you needed more new patients?
Always.
Okay, and that's like every chiropractor. They think, I need new patients. And sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's not as much as what they think. And so we did this practice analysis, and like most chiropractors, we found out your stats were you were losing 36% of your chiropractors and 33% of his new patients in the first, how many visits?
About 6.
Okay, 6 visits. And we can agree, anybody coming in with a problem should easily get 6 or more visits if they go through the 3 phases of healing. Right?
Easily.
Okay, yeah. We could agree that's shortchanging their care.
Very much.
Yeah, okay. So now what did that turn into? 33%. So how much did that extrapolate into potential money lost because you were losing the patients?
About $150K a year.
150, and you didn't know that at all, did you?
Not for a second.
Okay, so we did the practice analysis, so we found it out. Now, the first thing I said to Nick is, we don't need to do any marketing at all, right?
Correct.
Because we already know what's going to happen. Whatever marketing we do, we know if the same skill set happens, we know we're going to lose the next 33%, right?
Yep.
So that'd be kind of stupid to do a marketing program, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Okay. So we immediately go to the patient education, and that's why he's here right now, and to immediately change that statistic. And remember, that's the easiest business you'll ever get, that 150 plus thousand. Can you see how just by stop losing those patients, that's the easiest money you'll ever make?
It's huge.
It's way easier than trying to go out and get more new patients, right? Way easier. Okay.
Too.
So here we go. So you've been here a couple days. You're learning the system. You're learning how it works. What's your biggest wow factor? What's like, that's just like, wow, I didn't know that. And by the way, you've been practicing how many years?
Going on 17.
17 years. Okay.
Yeah.
What was your biggest wow factor?
Doesn't have to be hard.
Now, when you say it, what's that mean? It doesn't have to be hard.
Meaning you can give a clear, concise explanation to what we do and be accurate to patients and keep them.
Right. Okay. No paradigm shifts, right?
No paradigm
No
shifts.
foreign concepts that they don't know.
No.
We don't push chiropractic, do we?
No.
No. So what we teach and with our patient education is we base the care on their tests, their biomarkers. We base their test on the 3 phases of healing. We explain how it all works, and we make it affordable. And we deal with the time, we deal with time issues to make sure they're not waiting, and then we deal with the money issues to make it affordable. Now, once we do that, and by the way, if you were a patient in a doctor's office, is that not exactly how you'd want to be treated?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
And so you're seeing how much common sense is there in this patient education?
It's all common sense.
All common sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all science-based, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like you're selling?
Not a bit.
Why?
Because you're not. You're talking to a patient how I would want to be talked to.
Well, you're not selling when you're talking about their test, are you?
Not at all.
Because that's
It's based on science.
It's based on science.
Yeah.
You're not selling when you're talking about the science of 3 phases of healing and how it relates, is it?
It's not my opinion.
It's not your opinion. That's the way it is, right?
Yeah.
Or your therapeutic protocol based on the biomarkers relative to the 3 phases of healing. That's not sales, is it?
Nope.
That's science, isn't it?
Not my opinion.
Not at all.
Science. Yeah.
And then the last part of the equation is to make it affordable for them, right? Mm-hmm. And there we go. And that's how they stay.
Done.
So that's exactly what happens. What would you have to say to doctors that might be having practice keeping patient issues and things like that? What would you have them to say about attending the Chiropractic Patient Education Workshop?
Drop what you're doing and come to this.
Would you say this? The first thing I would do is I'd look at my dropout rate, how many patients I'm losing, because I don't even know how many I'm losing and where I'm losing them.
That's where it starts. People don't look at it.
And that's what happened with you, right? You're like, how big of a surprise was it when we found that stat out?
Well, as you said on the phone, you got a fire in the building. And you were right.
Yeah, 33%?
33.
Yeah, that's a fire in the building. There's nothing else in your business matters, and it's all hands on deck, right?
All hands on deck.
And the good news for him is that's exactly what he did. He stopped everything, he focused, and he's going 0 straight ahead.
Well,
Okay.
I was going to a technical seminar for CBP, and Paul said, cancel that shit
I didn't say that.
He said, cancel that. And I did cancel it on a week's notice. So,
Now the reason, not because it was CBP,
because it wasn't going to
because it wasn't going to improve to 33%.
Not at all.
That's why I said you gotta attack the problem.
Right? That's
And
why I'm here.
that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay.